Say you want to play Destiny 2, or you know somebody who you want to play Destiny 2, but you think they should have some baseline knowledge of Destiny's universe before hopping in, and you don't want to commit them to a 4-hour My Name is Bife video that would probably burn them out of the game before they even started playing it, right? Well, here you go. This is the story of Destiny 1 for people who won't play it. Important to note, I'm oversimplifying a lot of things, so don't be surprised if you play Destiny 2 and there's a lot of history that I don't acknowledge here. There's a reason the My Name is Bife video is 4 hours long and this one is 10 minutes. Also, it should go without saying, but spoilers ahead, you should only watch this if you have no intention of playing Destiny 1. Once upon a time in the modern day, we saw a big orb come from the outer reaches of space and hover above Mars. We sent 3 astronauts to Mars to check it out, only for them to find the planet being terraformed. We named this orb the Traveler, and it went from planet to planet, changing each place it visited into an oxygen-rich, human-livable space. For the next a lot of years, humanity entered a golden age, where human lifespans tripled, technology expanded at an unprecedented rate, and we were colonizing the solar system. However, our system was attacked by something called the Darkness. And even with the Traveler at our side, we were almost driven extinct in an event known as the Collapse. The Traveler scared off the Darkness, but was horribly damaged. As a last-ditch effort, it spat out the Ghosts, little sentient orbs that had fragments of the Traveler's power. The Ghosts began resurrecting the dead, creating Guardians, heroes given the power of light to combat enemies of humanity. And boy are there a lot of enemies of humanity! Many came to our solar system looking for stuff to salvage from the Golden Age, for somebody to fight, for specifically humanity to fight, and heck if I know why the time-traveling robots are here. So the remnants of humanity banded together and built a city called the Last City. Great name, I know. They built it beneath the Traveler, who has remained inactive for the remaining unknown number of years between the collapse and now. Now begins your story. A Guardian with personality and a voice, resurrected in Russia, fighting to survive against waves of spider-like aliens called the Fallen. You escaped by the skin of your teeth and traveled to the Last City, where you met the Vanguard, the leaders of the Guardians. We have Serious Guy Zavala, Serious Girl Ikora, and Funny Guy Cage 6 played by Nathan Fillion, who is one of the only 4 interesting characters in the entire series. Anywho, you go back to Russia to obtain some equipment, specifically a jump drive so your ship can go from planet to planet. You find a Golden Age AI named Rasputin that was in charge of basically all of the solar system's planetary defenses. But he's been cut off from his weapon systems, so you need to repair him enough so that he can do the rest of the work himself. But oh no! The Hive are on Earth, the guys who very specifically came to the solar system to fight humans. And that wizard came from the moon! So you begin your journey to save humanity. Unbeknownst to you, however, you're being watched from afar by a mysterious stranger. You go to the moon and find out that the Hive are trying to raise an army by siphoning what little light still remains inside of the Traveler. But you stop them and foil their plans before you receive a message telling you to go to Venus. Because you're a video game character, you listen to everything everybody tells you to do, and you go straight to Venus to meet the Vex. Time-traveling robots that we still don't know anything about after 7 whole years with this franchise. You fight a bunch, and then that stranger comes out to say hi and that you should go to a place called the Black Garden. And if you kill its heart, then the Traveler will finally begin to heal. Then, every time you or your ghost asks questions, she says,
I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
And then she teleports away. So your ghost comes up with a plan. Talk to the Awoken, a race of humans who got stuck in a black hole or something and came out blue and also immortal without being guardians, and they don't like outsiders, so they set up shop in an asteroid belt. Because they're weird people and you're a racist, you assume they'll know how to get to the Black Garden. They do. You meet the Queen of the Awoken, Mara Sov, and her brother Uldren, and they say they will get you into the Black Garden if you go to Venus and grab a specific Vex head. You do that, they're surprised, and they hold up their end of the bargain, but clarify that you owe them a favor when they need it. They point you to the entrance of the Black Garden on Mars. So you go to Mars, and the Cabal are there. You pretty much ignore them completely and open a Vex portal into the Black Garden, and find a bunch of Vex praying to an amorphous black blob. Turns out robots who live by logic and science are completely incapable of comprehending something like literal space magic, so they started a religion. You shoot a bunch of minions of the blob, and the blob dies, I guess? And the Traveler starts glowing a little bit, and everyone is happy. Yay! The stranger approaches you and says this is only the beginning, then hands you her gun and teleports away again. Also, your character doesn't speak again for another 4 years. Eris Morn, a guardian whose ghost was killed and had her eyes replaced with hive eyes. She had been sent into the moon's depths with a team of 5 other guardians to slay a hive god/prince. Crota. Crota had been responsible for thousands of Guardian deaths, and humanity wants revenge. However, Eris's entire team was lost, some dead permanently, others had their souls put into a state of limbo. Eris barely escaped with her life, and she demands retribution. So you scour Earth and the moon, killing hive leaders like Omnigul, a very large wizard with honestly one of my favorite boss arenas. Then you and 5 friends, if you had 5 friends, which I never did, so I never did any raids, which is really annoying when it's so closely tied to the main story of the expansion. What was I saying? Oh, right. So you and 5 friends dove into the moon and killed Crota to death. But in his dying breath, a message was sent into the depths of space. It's time to pay off your debt. The Queen of the Awoken calls upon you in her time of need. Their enslaved Fallen have revolted and are running rampant. Petra Venge, the Awoken in charge of quelling the uprising, works with you to stop the Fallen House of Wolves. Their leader is Skolas, a Fallen who believes he's basically Jesus, trying to fulfill an ancient prophecy. You prove him wrong by kicking his butt and getting him arrested, and then you play the Awoken's blood sport and kill him for reals there. That message from the end of Dark Below? It turns out they were calling for Oryx, one of the top 3 hive leaders, to come finish what Crota, his son, had started. Oryx arrives in the solar system and approaches the rings of Saturn. The Awoken attempt to destroy the hive fleet and their capital ship. They lose. Hard. The Queen dies. Prince Uldrensov and Petra Venge are the only important characters who survive. Following the Awoken's great loss, the Guardians begin seeing a new enemy type all over the solar system. Taken. They're like hyped up shadow zombies of all the other races, created by Oryx using powers that he learned from spending millennia in the depths of space. So you do the only sane thing any Guardian would do, you board the giant hive flagship and start causing mayhem for them. The Cabal are here too for some reason, and they seem to be sending out all sorts of distress signals to outside the solar system. Fun! So there's only one way to Oryx, and it's through this giant portal. What? You're not allowed in unless you smell like a hive god. Alright, so you go back to where you definitely killed Crota, yes that was me, and suck up his dead hive god smell. Cool! Now you're stinky. You can go through Oryx's portal and kill him, but it turns out that he's a lot like you, but with a significantly longer respawn timer. So you teleport into his pocket dimension and do another raid that I didn't do because I still don't have 5 friends, and you kill him to death. Now would be the time to blow up the ship, but it turns out that blowing it up would probably take half of the solar system with it, so we'll leave it be for now. 100 years before you were resurrected, there was an elite team of Guardians called the Iron Lords. And they thought they found a way to drastically increase our chances of taking back the solar system. Golden Age nanomachines, son. However, turns out the nanomachines were programmed to kill and eat everything. So all but one of the Iron Lords die, and the nanomachines known as Siva are locked away beneath Russia. Skip forward to now, and the Fallen have found Siva, but they've tamed it and learned to control it. You work with Saladman, the Iron Lord Saladin, to destroy all Siva production and prevent the Fallen from getting any more. And then, once again, you do a raid that I never did and kill the leader of the Fallen, who also thinks he's Jesus. Saladman inducts you into the Iron Lords, and then everybody promptly forgets that in Destiny 2 for some reason. And now you're ready to play Destiny 2. Have fun. Okay, thanks, I love you, bye. Oh, wait, they removed the whole first half of the game. I might have to make another video.